10 boys in a room with a mic. From video games, comics, and movies to uncensored social commentary, nothing is off limits. With your hosts, Pistol Pete Jr., the Blue Guy, Chuck Bitch, G-Roll, and Player 2. This is The Real Press Start. So sit down, load up, log in, and press start.
Welcome to The Real Press Starts. I am Pistol Pete Jr.
And I am G-Roll, a.k.a. G-Weezy, a.k.a. G-Ice, a.k.a. DJ Diamond Nuts, a.k.a. the Two-Step McGillicuddy,
It's been a while since you've brought up the
a.k.a. Mr. Get Off Me Suck a Dick,
Mr.
and Hamburger Yoshi. It's both those.
Those are good ones. Those are the classics.
Mm-hmm.
So first up, before we start anything, I want to send a big thank you to our sponsor from Level Up Vapor. Sent us a pretty significant sample package of all his amazing products, and we've had a chance to sample most of them, not all of them, and they are quite delicious. Because Level Up Vapor dude makes all the vape, and it's delicious. It's really flavorful. I've tried it in three different times. I have the Eagle One Mega. I have the Eagle Twist, which is just a little cheap pen, and then I have he sent me a couple of Aspire tanks, Aspire Atlantis tanks, and I've tried them in all three. And the Eagle One gives you a lot of good flavor and a lot of good vapor.
Mm-hmm.
The Aspire one, you get a lot more flavor. Same amount of vape. You let out some decent clouds. These are 70-30 mix, by the way. And even with the Eagle Twist, my little cheap pen, the little thin one.
Yeah.
Even that one, these have tons of flavor. They're really delicious, actually. Legendary, that one's delicious. Filthy Casual. Legendary is mixed berries, mixed berry custard.
Mixed berry custard. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, smells really good.
Yeah. You can
smell it through the bag.
You can smell. Yeah, that's how good they are. You can smell them through the bag. Filthy Casual. This one, like, it's a tropical pear. Give this one. This one is like fucking so good. It's like mouth watering.
Smells like God's dick.
Yes. Smell that.
Mm-hmm.
Dual Will's been really good.
Dual Wheel?
Dual Will.
Which one's that?
Strawberry and lemon lime. It tastes like a strawberry limeade. You can smell it. It smells. This one's got a heavy lime flavor to it.
Yeah, we don't smoke this. We just drink it. Stuff and drink it.
Yes. I wouldn't recommend drinking it. The Real Press Start does not condone drinking any vapor juice.
Why not?
It does smell good enough to drink, though. Like I said, the Dual Wheel, that one has a heavy lime flavor, but it's really good. It's really good. Mm-hmm. I'm a little burnt out on lime vape right now, like lime flavors, just because there was one that I was stuck for a while. I had someone gave me a big bottle of a lime juice.
It was just lime juice.
It was just straight lime. It was just like, okay, no more lime. But that one, even being tired of that one was delicious. White pear and watermelon. This one is another one that's just like, smells like a peach ring.
Smells like a peach ring?
Peach ring, you know those candies, little peach rings?
It sounds like a peach ring. We're not supposed to be.
This one. I'm trying to figure out. What did I say the name of that one? NPC. White. It's a white peach and watermelon. This one is 60 FPS. It's sugar-coated raspberries and cream. This is what I have in my tank right now. And this one tastes delicious.
Tastes delicious.
That's the
it sounds like we just drink all these.
Yeah.
By when we say taste.
That's the ice cream man going by. Haven't heard that in a while.
It's the ambiance.
Yes. That one right now, the 60 FPS, that one. I want to say it almost tastes like Nerds candy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one's really fucking good. Um, and then you got these last three here are the cream. They have the cream in them, and I'm not usually a fan of cream based juice because to me it always has that like an over buttery taste. But these ones, I don't know how the hell he makes these ones, but they're fucking amazing. This is This is Raid Boss, which is a creme brulee flavor. Give that one a whiff.
Does that go for soda too? You don't like cream soda?
Oh, I love cream soda. You got the cake is a lie. Waffles, ice cream, and apples.
Waffles, ice cream, and apples?
Yes, this one's called the cake is a lie. Portal reference. For those that don't know. And that one you can really smell the cream and the apples. That one I haven't had a chance to taste yet.
Yeah, you can't smell the apples.
But it smells like you got that crisp after scent.
So not so much as waffles as syrup for me.
Yeah, you get more of that. And this one is God a la mode, which is poached pear, ice cream, and crumble.
What a pear.
Yeah. But the pear, it's a good flavor for vaping because it's like a mouth-watering flavor. Like it's a real like tart flavor. And this one's that one you can taste the cinnamon a lot or smell the cinnamon a lot. Those last two
smells like kind of like hazelnut.
Yeah. And so far I haven't, like I said, I haven't had a chance to try the last couple. But I haven't had a chance to try all the flavors, but the ones that I have tried have been fucking delicious. And what I'm thinking is we'll do a flavor of the week. Every week we'll have a new flavor that we're trying of his, and we'll talk about it. Like I said, the ones that we're trying right now are delicious. If you want, and then these ones are 6 milligrams, 70-30 mix. They're and they're just like I'm telling you, there's so much flavor in these things. Hit up levelupvapor.com. Use the code TRPS to get 20% off your order. And that'll not only support him, but it supports us. That's you telling them that we sent you. So check them out. Get some awesome flavors. While we're at it, go hit up therealpressstart.com. Click the Ripped Apparel link. Buy that damn t-shirt. They had a badass Deadpool Samurai one a couple days ago.
Was it? Oh, there was one either yesterday or the day before. There's a Deadpool and Gurr.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. They're on the pig or something, and they're like busting through a.
I don't remember. I remember I thought it was just Gurr and he was sticking his tongue out. I can't remember if he was on something random. Anyway, it looked really funny. Just because Gurr is one of the most hilarious characters I've ever seen.
Isn't that one?
No.
No, okay, never mind.
No, like he actually looked like Gurr, but he was red
Deadpool as Gurr.
Yeah.
Or Gurr as Deadpool. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a hell of a combination right there.
Yeah. It's true insanity.
Yeah, really. So we do have some topics to check out. Oh, other sponsor. Before I forget, I apologize. American Heyday. Also another link on the website. Go check them out. Buy some flasks. Buy some T-shirts. Buy some posters. Again, let them know that TRPS sent you. Now that that's all out of the way. This is one that was brought to my attention via Twitter from Physicist Biker, I believe.
Yeah,
at Physicist Biker. My Chemical Romance's Gerard Way heading DC Comics' new Young Animal. So he's a lead singer?
Yeah, he's a lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
I'm trying to think of the song.
Black Parade.
Okay, Black Parade. Okay, I know that song. And so I'm not sure. I know apparently he's written a couple comics before.
Yeah. I've never
read either. They're saying that, but I mean, they must be decent if DC's offering them a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They must be good enough for if DC's letting them run a series.
Yeah.
Young Animal, the imprint, is intended for mature readers. Will feature 4 series of under Way's direction. He says, "I'm thrilled to help DC bring Young Animal to life, having been raised on experimental 80s and 90s takes on superheroes. Young Animal's 4 titles are Doom Patrol, Shade, The Changing Girl, and Cave Carson. Wait, no.
Is Young Animal a new character, a new
It looks
DC
like
character, or is it an old character that they're trying to bring back?
that. I don't know. Let me.
I've never heard of a Young Animal.
I never heard of Young Animal either. Young Animal. Let me see.
You Google Young Animal, you just see a bunch of young animals.
Yeah. Young Animal. That is not DC comic. That is a Japanese porno mag. I believe the Young Animal is a new character. That's what it looks like.
Judging from the result, the Google results.
From the Google results, it doesn't look like there's anything. It looks like it's going to be a new character. It looks like they're launching the character with this this guy running it.
Mm-hmm.
The series is described as comics for dangerous humans. Follows the world's strangest heroes and villains. And so, I don't know. It sounds like the way they describe it. It sounds interesting. It's based on his saying he grew up on 80s and 90s experimental heroes, meaning like there's a lot of those like I don't want to say Judge Dredd, but like Savage Dragon and the guys that aren't mainstream really. You know what I mean? Like Spawn would be considered an experimental hero. You know, these guys that weren't, you know, because like in comics they tend to follow kind of either they're born with powers, they get their powers in an accident,
or they're mutants. Or...
Yeah, and it's like they can be pretty formulaic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or the experimental, or like Evil Ernie, Lady Death, these those kind of characters. So that sounds cool. So I'm actually interested. I probably will be picking up a couple issues of these just to check them out. Other than that, I don't have much more information on them. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I do have some more information on them. Because remember I told you, okay, there's 4 titles or 4 issues that they're gonna be putting out. Oh wait, no. I take this back. 4 titles. Okay, these aren't issues. There are 4 titles. There are 4 separate titles under the Young Animal umbrella. There's the Doom Patrol Shade, The Changing Girl, Cave Carson. Oh no, The Changing Girl. And then Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye, and Mother Panic. Let's see here. Doom Patrol is the flagship title for Young Animal, written by Way with art by Catwoman artist Nick Darrington. It's described as comics for dangerous humans. Follows the world's strangest heroes and villains. Shade, The Changing Girl is a sci-fi thriller written by Star Wars Moving Targets writer Cecil Castellucci. I don't know who Cecil. That is. Yeah, Cecil. It explores the themes of madness, alienation, and the bizarre, as an alien inhabits the body of a 16-year-old bully. Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye centers on DC Comics' Silver Age character, Cave Carson, and his college-age daughter. The story will travel to dark places in the earth and mind. And Mother Panic is the story debuting in November. Violet Page, a celebrity heiress by day and brutal vigilante by night, as she takes on Gotham's high society crime. So those actually all sound pretty good.
Yeah.
The first 2 really, really catch my attention.
The last one kind of sounds like a
Batman. Yeah, it's female Batman. But still, I mean, it sounds like, Yeah.
Except for the girl goes after high society crime.
Yeah, so
rich people.
And she goes after white collar crime.
She's Robin Hood Batman.
Yeah. So it sounds like
she's a Robin Hood.
And then I have an update to a story we talked about last week. So we talked about that Overwatch victory pose.
Yeah.
And so Blizzard took the pose away. They're like, okay, we're not, and it was called the over the shoulder pose.
Yeah.
And they replaced it because the first one they said was too sexual, right? It was all about her butt. So this is what they replaced it with.
Yeah, whatever.
I think to me that's even more. I think that looks more sexual, more girly, more like it's more of a I'm just a girl pose. I think she's trying to be cute in that pose.
Whatever.
I don't know. To me, it's just, and it still focuses on her butt.
I really don't care. I didn't think the first picture even did anything.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like the fact that
it's not like she has an ass. She has no ass.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, like you're gonna make a big deal about this one being too sexualized, and they replace it with this. You know?
Well, it's a medium.
Yeah.
You please the people who like the pose, and you please the people who didn't like the pose.
Yeah, I guess.
And if you still don't like the pose, you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking stop whining. I just think it's funny that that it was such a like, and they were like their whole thing was like we didn't mean to sexualize the character. We're sorry, blah blah blah, and then they put up this fucking pose, you know. So it's just one of those things that it just made me laugh. But speaking of sexualizing things, uh, this is gonna sound weird. I saw Zootopia during the week.
You sexualize Zootopia.
I sexualized
This isn't
Zootopia.
going a good way.
This
Peter.
is not. No, it's not. No, but see the thing is I was looking online about reviews of Zootopia. And apparently, I'm not the only one. Like the biggest meme about Zootopia right now is, did you like Zootopia? And it's like you are now a furry.
So what's the deal with it?
Because the main character like she's a rabbit.
Yeah.
And but the way they made her figure, and I get it, 'cause she's gonna have to have hips and thighs because that's how rabbits are built.
Yeah.
But I haven't wanted to fuck a rabbit this bad since Space Jam. Like the way they made her, like they gave her a really thin waist and her hips are just like, bah! They gave her Chun-Li thighs.
Chun-Li.
You know what I mean? And it's hilarious. But that's one of the things is like, what do they call that? Rule 34. Like
Forgot about Space Jam.
Lola Bunny. But I mean, like,
the Lola Bunny is more like along the lines of like a Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
But they
just actually a rabbit.
Yeah. But no, she was an actual rabbit.
Huh?
Lola Bunny was an actual rabbit.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's more like Jessica Rabbit, but an actual rabbit.
Oh yeah, exactly. But you could tell they weren't. I don't know if they weren't doing it intentionally, but and then the way she walks, like they have her like she moves her hips a lot when she walks. It's very noticeable. So it just tripped me out. I'm trying to find a picture of it.
Well, how do you think a rabbit's gonna walk? Rabbits don't walk.
Yeah, it's true.
They just kind of jump around.
But I'm just saying. Oh, see, I didn't even look for any Rule 34 porn, and there it is already. But they gave her, okay, what's her name in Incredibles, the mom?
Yeah.
How she had those.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's how they did it. Like you can see, this isn't a good picture of it, but they gave her super wide hips, and it's just, it's very noticeable when you're watching it. Because like she's one of the only female characters that you see in the movie.
Right.
And it's just it was just funny to me. And so I was like, when I was reading reviews, I was like, at least I'm not the only one. Like I'm not the only one. That being said, I do highly recommend the movie. It was actually like, it was hilarious. There was many moments in that movie where I was laughing out loud. Like it was funny as shit. I highly recommend it.
You can't just.
Yes, I can. Moving on.
I really enjoyed this movie after you just explained
Yes, I can.
that you're sexually attracted to a rabbit in the movie.
Hey, if you could tell me you weren't sexually attracted to Lola Bunny.
Yeah, sure I am. Well, I don't just go out and say everybody should go watch Space Jam.
Yeah, well, everyone should go out and watch Space Jam. That's a great movie. But, that's also that part of it. That comes with watching that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it.
But she's like literally sexualized.
Yeah, that's true. This one's not so much, but you could tell that there's something there, They make a lot of Frozen references in that movie.
Of course, they're always going to make Frozen references.
Yeah. Well, it's also made by the same people that made Big Hero 6 and Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, they're always going to make Frozen references because fucking Frozen.
Frozen's like the biggest thing ever. Frozen and Star Wars.
Yeah. The Avengers, they're gonna be making jokes about fucking. Did you hear about the Death Star just blew up?
But yeah, go check it out. It's funny. I'd give it I think I'd give it 6 nachos.
6 nachos.
Not quite 2 chocolate milks, but definitely get 6 nachos. Yeah, with cheese. So go check it out.
Oh, they aren't nachos without cheese.
Yes, this is true. But
They're just tortilla chips.
Just tortilla chips. But they're it's pretty funny. Uh, there's like I said, there's enough humor in it where like it's obviously it's a kids movie, but there's enough humor in it that it actually holds up. And it's got a really like as soon as I started watching, I was like, okay, I know where this is going, and I didn't. They got me. So yeah, it was good. It had enough, and the storyline had enough plot twists, and it was engaging enough that where I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. So even if you don't got little ones, I recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go something completely different. Have a bit of a feel good story here for you guys to cleanse our palates.
Bestiality porn.
To cleanse our palates from yeah. So a PlayStation employee creates a new controller for a student with cerebral palsy. Uh, College student Peter Burney wrote to Sony a couple weeks ago. He has a
What's cerebral palsy?
cerebral palsy is when you kind of like shake and you don't have full control over your limbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously that's not a really good way to describe it, but that's the best way I can describe it. You see them, they're usually the guys that have their hands curled up.
Okay.
And they talk like there's a comedian, I think his name is Josh Blue, that he has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And he when he comes on the stage and like he talks when he talks he kind of does one of these and it's like it sounds like he's in pain a lot, but he's not. It's just like, or I don't know if he is or not, but they just it seems like their muscles are twitching all the time. But they're playing this guy. He's a gamer. He's been playing video games for as long as you can remember.
Yeah.
Since he got a PS4, he noticed that he wasn't able to play a lot of games as well, or it was getting frustrated playing games because of the touchpad. Because the way he plays, and like they show him playing the game, in his left hand, he kind of holds it, like from the top of the controller, because that's the way his hand is curled. So when he's playing, his hand would hit the touchpad and pause the game all the time, and it became really frustrating where he couldn't play. So he sent a letter to Sony, or an email to Sony saying, "Hey, this is my problem. Can you guys help me out?" And a Sony employee, one of their engineers. Let me see. I want to get his name because I want to make sure he gets his credit. Alex Nawabi got in touch with him personally a day after the email arrived. He said that he would take the matter personally, not on behalf of Sony. So he did it. Like it wasn't Sony. I mean, obviously Sony's sanctioning it, but he did this on his own. So he didn't do much changing. He didn't change the controller. He didn't change the shape or anything like that. What he did was he disabled the touchpad and added an extra start button.
What do you mean?
So the touchpad no longer works. It's not a. But he added an extra button above the PlayStation button to make it so he could
press on that button,
push that button, and that would take the place of the touchpad.
Okay.
But I mean, and it seems like something really simple to do.
Yeah.
But the fact that he took it personally, he had the controllers done the next. He worked 10 hours, got them done the next day, and had them shipped to him as soon as possible. And then
only thing that sucks is games that do need the touchpad, you won't be able to play.
Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. But still, I mean, there's tons of games.
Which most exclusive games actually use the touchpad.
They do use the touchpad, but a lot of the games you can disable the touchpad. Yeah, we're not disable it where it doesn't pause, but you disable touch controls. And so, I think that was a pretty cool thing. The other thing that was cool about this whole thing with the controllers is, so he made him the first controller and shipped it to him, but free of charge, didn't charge him anything. But he also made him a second one in case anything happens to the first one. So made him two brand new controllers specifically for him to be able to play. And I just think that's, again, like he said, he did it personally, the employee.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of Sony, but the fact that he still went out of his way, it's just, I thought that was really, really cool. Because, I mean, he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? He could have just been like, okay, well, we apologize. We'll look into doing something. But this guy didn't just say, okay, we'll look into it. He stopped what he was doing, got it done, and then within 24 hours had it to him. So I think that was really, really cool. So shout out to that guy, Alex Nawabi over at Sony. We appreciate you, man. Then continuing with Sony. This is a rumor, but it's from a pretty reliable source. there's leaks suggesting that God of War 4 will be based in Norse mythology.
Okay, but is it still Kratos?
It looks like it is.
Or is it going to be like Krutor?
No, it says it still may feature a version of Kratos as a protagonist.
I don't know about that.
There was an artist that.
But then it's just going to be the same thing. Fucking, you're fighting Odin.
Yeah.
And Odin's an asshole to you. And you need to kill all the fucking gods. So then you start off with fucking Thor, and then you work your way up to Odin.
Yeah, that's true. But see, yeah, because I mean, it's in essence, it's just different names for the same gods. But the thing is how would they take Kratos from Greece to, you know?
Well, what happened at the end of 3? Didn't he like go in the water or some shit? And like, and then you just don't know what happened to him.
I think he just. Oh, well, actually, I think he just starts wandering the earth. Is what it was, if I remember correctly. I don't remember.
So what if he just wanders into fucking?
Yeah, it just
wanders into wherever the fuck North mythology
fucking Greenland and Iceland and.
Yeah.
That would be.
Somebody pisses him off.
Yeah,
somebody says we don't welcome the Greek gods here.
Yeah, we don't welcome your gods here. Or, you know.
So he kills all the gods. Like, what gods?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because he was
if it were actually Kratos, I think it would be cool. And then, like, if he meets like his Norse
equivalent.
Equivalent.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking cool. So what happened was this guy. It's the same guy that teased or predicted the far future Call of Duty. Apparently, he got access to a part of a website that was supposedly password protected.
I mean, to predict a far future Call of Duty, it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
You just say, I think this Call of Duty is going to be in the far future. But this Call of Duty is going to be in the past.
But no, he predicted it with some facts, some things that he, like, you know, some things he got. And like this like...
Here's some facts. Well, for the past 5 years, Call of Duty has been going more and more into the future.
Yeah, but no, he's been getting concept art is what I'm saying. Like, he actually has... And that's the thing about this one. This is concept art, and so we don't know if it's just like, okay, well, this is an idea we're thinking of taking it in. Because remember, with Assassin's Creed, there was that... and eventually they did make a Chinese assassin and a Japanese assassin, but they did have the artwork, the concept art of an assassin in Japan, in feudal Japan. There was a bunch of concept art for it.
Yeah.
Whereas that game never came to fruition, that you did eventually make something like that. So this is just some concept art that they're saying is most likely going to be happening. The new God of War hasn't been announced yet, but it's been in development since 2014. So, and it's supposed to be a series reboot. It was rumored to be a series reboot. So, I mean, I could see them if they do it as a full-on reboot. I could see it. I hope they don't do it. It's the same shit, just different gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, being God of War, and as hard as they pushed that series, it would be kind of hard to do anything new with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, really, what was it?
Plus, Norse gods' names are so fucking weird, except for Thor, Odin, and Loki.
Yeah. It's a fucking... Ragnarok is not a god, it's a... Like
Judgment Day.
It's their apocalypse. But it's like, you know, there's fucking some weird names out there.
Bjorn.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember one of them. I can't remember that because I've been watching that fucking Viking show, and they have a bunch of, they talk about some of the names. But I mean, some of their, like, because they have the wolf gods and stuff like that, so that would be kind of cool to, you know, the ones that, well, there's one chases the sun, one chases the moon, and the other one is like stuck somewhere, and then, or no, something like that. And then when they actually catch the sun and the moon, that's when they come down to kill Odin, and that's Ragnarok. Something like that. I had to bring this up. I made you watch these videos.
I get it. That's why the moon and sun rotate.
Yes, because they're being chased around by wolves. So, Ford just released 2 Metal Gear Solid commercials. They actually have David Hayter in the original voice acting of the characters from Metal Gear. But now they're hawking Ford Focuses and Ford Escorts, or Ford Titanium, sorry. Yeah, damn it, excuse me. um, yeah, so this comes, and it's a story I've been wanting to bring up for the longest time about David Hayter talking about how hurt he was by the way Konami treated him and how he felt he didn't need to do Snake's voice anymore and how he felt that he never needed to work with Kojima again because Kojima actually was part of the thing about okay, well we want to get somebody else. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm probably not gonna do Snake's voice ever again. And now all of a sudden he's doing Ford commercials with Snake.
Because it's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. But this is one cool thing that I think because that brings me to, and I'll put links to those commercials. A fan-made Metal Gear VR game brings back David Hayter. Do you remember we were talking about that Shadow Moses, the Metal Gear Solid remake?
Yeah.
Well, Konami shut them down. They're not allowed to do it anymore. We talked about that. But so what they're doing is they're gonna go forward with something similar, but it's not a game. It it is, but it isn't. It's gonna be a VR program that lets you walk around Shadow Moses in full HD 3D. So you can walk around and look at things that and see them from angles you never saw them before.
It's just not the actual game.
It's not the actual game. It's the locations from the game, but it's gonna be free, so they can't
Yeah.
It's a fan thing. It's a fan tribute.
Okay.
So they're not gonna have like legally they're legally okay to make this. David Hayter's gonna be the voice of Snake, which is gonna be going to narrate and he's gonna be your tour guide in essence. Which it looks pretty cool from what I've seen. Some of the trailers, they just have them like they have you just walking around and like you're just looking. You can look up at the sky and the snow on the ground and just see the little details that you didn't see, obviously in the PS1 classic because it was PS1.
Because it's like fucking 4-bit.
Yeah, but I mean it's cool, you know. I thought it was fucking something it's a fan tribute that got canceled that they decided okay we're not gonna give up on it and we're gonna still do something awesome with this. You know, because like especially like me being a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid, like that Shadow Moses Island that has so much. Like I loved it in Metal Gear 4 when you go back to Shadow Moses Island and you see those famous locations, those things that like, because they literally drop you off where the game starts. You know what I mean? And like you from there you go in and like you actually get you get driving points for recreating certain like you know like if you crawl across a certain area, like it'll trigger a memory and it'll play like clips of that and then it'll give you driving points for it. And like it's like and there's like a bunch of it during there where you can just like recreate certain memories. One of them, my favorite one in Shadow Moses because the game is top down view in the original. It's kind of like a 3/4. Like you're not directly above his head, but you're like, you know. And so when you put the camera at that angle and start running around, Snake goes top down view, just like the old days. Top down view. He gets all excited. And the other thing that I thought was cool in that one too was in the original Metal Gear there were ghosts hidden throughout this game. You get a camera eventually and you can take pictures in the original Metal Gear Solid. And there were these ghosts hidden in certain images. Like if you took a picture of a certain thing from a certain angle, you would see a face of the developer, like all like opaque against the background. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like almost like a watermark, but like a very light one.
And are the ghosts in the game?
In Metal Gear 4, when you get, because you have a camera in there as well, when you take those same pictures, the same angles, you get ghosts, but they're like more modernized versions of them, like the more modern pictures of them. I don't know if they're going to be in the VR version, but I just think it's pretty cool. It's let's see here, a group of dedicated game. Let's see, blah blah blah. The project's called the Fan Legacy Metal Gear Solid. The experience is people visit memorable locations from the classic game from a first-person perspective. Metal Gear VR experience isn't official, the team said. It's an unofficial non-profit production. The project is a gift from the fans, but also addresses the fans to share our affection for the seminal franchise. So yeah, like I said, so they can't be chased by Konami saying, "Hey, you can't make this," because it's like doing fan art. You know what I mean? It's not, it's not for profit. And speaking of some more nostalgia, Final Fantasy VII. We talked about this a while back, where the games are going to be episodic. And we were trying to figure out, and I was thinking as I was reading this, it kind of got me a little worried, and I'm not sure, but this one it says the episodes are going to be the size of full games.
Okay, but size of full games meaning like like fucking what's that one game like you could say Ground Zeroes or something,
Yeah, that
and
technically.
then or is it like size of a full Final Fantasy game? Final Fantasy games are huge.
Yeah, exactly. The Final Fantasy games are huge, but they were saying this is how they clarified it. The producer says it will be essentially a full-scale game for each part of the multi-part series. If we're just looking at each of these parts, one part should be on par with the full scale of one Final Fantasy 13 game, which is huge.
Okay, yeah.
That's fucking huge. Um, the one thing, because Final Fantasy 13 was
how many parts is it gonna be, or how many episodes?
they haven't said how many episodes it's gonna
Well, okay, so like let's say it's going to be 2 episodes, just for
be. Yeah, just for shits and giggles.
just for examples. Uh, so like let's say disc 1, disc 2, that's where both of them are cut off.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a full game, probably the size of both discs of Final Fantasy 7
Mm-hmm.
in one game, so they're gonna add even more into like side missions and even more storytelling and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I think what probably will happen is because if they do go disc wise, it'll have to be at least three episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Final Fantasy VII was a 3 disc game. Um, that being said, the one thing that I'm worried about, and I don't know if it'll come to it'll be a problem or not, because in Final Fantasy VII with the 3 disc games it wasn't a problem, but with the episodes, I don't know if they're treating them each one as a separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the biggest things about Final Fantasy VII was there's so many side quests and side missions and little things that you could do that would all, like, chocobo breeding and the races, and there's that amusement park thing, and what's it, gold? I think it's called Golden Saucer, Golden something, where there's like tons of mini games and shit. Like you can do a lot of fun stuff. There's also trying to get each character's ultimate weapon. There's also fighting the fuck, I can't remember what they're called right now. But there was these monsters, and there's an emerald, a ruby, a diamond. Can't remember what the monsters are called right now. But there's a lot of shit you can do.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of it, like some of it gets introduced pretty early in the game, and you can't go back to it until you level up high enough, because you can't actually do it if you're not level enough, high enough. And I remember one of the things I really liked to do was once I got to a certain, like once I maxed out my character's levels, I like going back and trying to get all that stuff. Will I be able to go back to the beginning of the game like I used to?
Yeah.
If there was something in episode 1,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm playing episode 3, can I go back?
You probably will. Probably how the way it works is like the Telltale games.
Uh-huh.
Like you play episode 1 and you go through, and then you go into episode 2 and it knows everything that you did in episode 1.
Okay.
And it pretty much leaves you off where it was. So maybe they have something that can do that.
Okay, but see, the thing about now my worry about that though is with that, so say I want to go back to Midgard, which is the very beginning of the game, right? I'm already playing episode 3. Am I gonna have to close that game out and go and open up the first game?
I think maybe like they'll all be like put into like one like game or whatever game, like
do it like an
one application,
okay.
one application,
and do episodes as expansions.
And then you get the first episode, and then the second episode you can download.
Okay.
I'm sure you can go to GameStop or something, and they'll have like a card or something instead of like actual disc.
Yeah.
And then you just put in the code, and it goes in there, and you get it, and you get the second episode.
That I can live with. That I'd be okay with.
That's what makes sense to me. I don't know what they would think.
And they don't go into too much detail about what they're planning to do with it. But like if it does come to that, like okay, that I'm okay with. But if that's my big worry, because like when they say episodic games, that's the first thing I think of is the Telltale games, or I think of like, well, really Telltale's the only ones that really do stuff like that. But those games are really short and compact, and they're technically, I mean, it's one overarching story, but they're all separate entities. Where like if I wanted to continue on to play another one, I'd have to quit one, go on to the next one, quit that one, go on to the next one. You know what I mean? So that was what had me worried, but I kind of like if hopefully they're thinking the same way you're thinking, where it's like one application and the episodes get added to that application.
Yeah.
Because that'll make things easier. And at the same time, it'll make it easier for them on development wise, meaning they can spend more time on one episode, and while that episode's been released, they can be working on the next one and the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning we don't have to wait as long for the entire game.
Well, how did Final Fantasy VII work with the 3 discs? If you were on disc 3 and you were at the end of the and you had beaten the game, you couldn't go back to the old villages.
Yeah, you could.
You couldn't go back to the first village.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like that.
And that's what I'm hoping. But see, because don't quote me on this, but I believe the technology behind the 3 discs was each disc had the basic world, like all the villages, everywhere that you would access in the world.
And then they had their own story.
The story part
the
and
story
anything
was
that
separate.
all the different variables, because there was like the base world, which was on all the same on all 3 discs, and then like this much of the story is on the first disc, because we only have room for the world and this much story and this much character animation and this much, and then going on from there. So I think each disc had only so much room allocated for the individual story mission.
But what about like side missions and stuff? Like if you couldn't go back and do like the very first side mission or something because you just didn't know what was there or something.
No, you still could.
On disc 3.
You could.
So it'll probably just be like a memory thing.
They could. It might be. But the thing is you wouldn't have to switch discs to go back either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, so once you were in the third disc, once the third disc was in, you could go back to the first village and it wouldn't have to switch back.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It could just be like that. Like you have to get the 3rd episode for it to continue the story.
Yeah, but not the worlds. That could be. Yeah, that makes sense too. So, but that's just one. Like I said, but the one thing I'm worried. I think the word episodic is a bad way to put it. Mm-hmm. I don't think episodic because it's not really episodes. It's more, I guess, regions. I don't know. But like I said, it's because I just think of each episode as a separate entity. It's more like a.
The only way I see you could put it is DLC, but
yeah,
that's that's probably a worse way of putting it.
Yeah, because then you're like, I had to buy the game 3 times. You know what I mean? That's what that would feel like. But yeah, I would say expansion. But then again, even that sounds kind of dirty. I guess I don't know. I guess episodic is the best out of all the terminology would be the best way to put it. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, yeah, putting it as DLC is like, oh, you're gonna sell me a game that's not complete and I have to buy each individual piece. Mm-hmm. Episodic, okay, we're cutting the game in chunks to make it easier. You know, that's I guess I guess we'll figure something out about that. Microsoft says they are ready for cross-network play.
They said that like a couple times.
Well, I guess they were talking about it now. Their network is completely set up for cross-network play. And they are open to work with anyone that wants to work with them, including Sony. So this is what they were saying. This is Phil Spencer? Wait, which one's the killer and which one's the...
Spencer.
Okay.
Spectre's the killer.
Spectre's the killer. So
and
Spencer.
The wall of sound.
He says they were absolutely ready when access to technology is currently in place. Any title that wants to update their game to include cross-network play, any title that wants to launch soon and take advantage of that, we're ready. What the fuck is all this going on? Go away, you. You're making noises while we're fucking recording, stupid computer. Rocket League is going to be the first title to take advantage of the feature, but he couldn't provide a specific date as to when. And wait, I can throw it on the PS. Oh, so they're already doing it. Rocket League, you will be able to play Xbox One versus PS4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So PlayStation and Xbox have already got an agreement, or what?
I'm assuming they've got an agreement with Rocket League, or Rocket League made an agreement with both of them, saying, okay, we'll do it for this and see how it works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So hopefully this takes off, because I think that was fucking cool.
Yeah. Maybe it'll help end this whole who's better fiasco.
Yeah. And see, and that'll make it easier too, because like that guy, you know, that guy that's on the show.
Yeah,
the guy. He has an Xbox, but he plays a lot of games that we play, but we can't.
He has an Xbox.
He has an Xbox. You know, whether or not we'll see support between Xbox One and PlayStation for major third-party titles is yet to be seen. Sony still offered their cagey response saying we'll see, but
I mean, that would fix a lot of things for games.
A lot of things.
Like, there's a lot of games that after a year, their connection just kind of dies down because not many people are playing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't really connect in the games.
But something like that where you have the opportunity to connect with more people.
Yeah.
That
literally almost doubled.
Yeah. and that's fucking awesome. And then on top of that, like you said, it'll hopefully put an end to the console wars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one thing I always go back to, and I gotta find it again. I know
now it could
either
it
kill
could escalate
or escalate it. Yeah.
Because then you're putting them in the same lobbies together where they can talk shit to each other.
Yeah, it'll be literally us versus them. Like literally, like. But see, that also opens the opportunity for cool things like, or they could do events where like Xbox only versus, because like the way I'm thinking now is like you'll probably be playing, you'll go into a lobby, and they're not gonna split. Okay, these are all the Xbox players, these are all the PlayStation players.
Mm-hmm.
But they could do events like that,
mm-hmm.
where it's literally it's Xbox versus PlayStation, and it's to see what teams are better. You know what I mean, or who plays better. And I think that would be cool. I mean that it'll. I think it could either, like I said, it'll either de-escalate it or just make it take it to the whole next level.
Yeah.
Where it turns into
a plague.
Yeah. This could revive or destroy the gaming industry.
Yeah.
But I think honestly I think Sony would be dumb not to take part in it. I mean it's a brilliant move on Microsoft's part because it'll make it where the Microsoft loyalists that have only bought PlayStations because everyone else bought PlayStations when they were mad at Microsoft.
Yeah.
They can go back. So they can go back and go back to Microsoft. Yeah. So that's what I was saying about that.
You're just gonna ignore the.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that. We stopped to take a quick nacho break, so you might hear some crunching in the background. Please ignore.
Like so.
Synchronized nacho eating.
So, what were we talking about?
Microsoft and PlayStation cross-platform.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah. I really hope that it works out because I think it's brilliant.
No, we hope for the best.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not an abusive relationship.
Yes. Well, speaking of abusive relationships, good segue.
Oh, really?
So, yes. So the developers of the Division, are going to start permanently banning cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
Only on the PC.
A lot of cheaters on the PC.
But what they're saying, because they're saying that there's not a lot of cheating on the console side, but there's a lot of cheating.
Most people they use sometimes they'll use exploits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's just stuff they gotta fix, and you shouldn't really ban them for it.
Yeah, that's console side.
Although
right?
they're being douchebags for using it, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you use an exploit instead of skill. I mean, to be fair, being able to use an exploit sometimes is skill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a very complicated amount of things to do.
Yeah. And so, I mean, sometimes that does take skill to be able to even do that. But other times, you're just being a dick.
Yeah.
Like, in GTA, when you could go offline mode. No, not offline. What is it? Not offline mode. What do they call it when you're like, you can't take damage. You're a ghost, pretty much.
I forget what it's called. Like safe mode or whatever.
Yeah, I think pedestrian mode or some shit like that. But when they first added that, you can have someone attack you, and then go into safe mode, you couldn't do shit about it. And then also they'd come out of safe mode and fucking shoot you some more. And when you try to retaliate, they'd go back into safe mode. Like you could just... Now there's like a cooldown going in and out of safe mode. And it still takes a few seconds. Like when you go into safe mode, I think there's like a 3-second delay before you actually go opaque. And then there's a cooldown. You can't just jump back and forth between the two.
No, there should be a thing where it's like you can't go into safe mode when you're in combat.
Yeah, if you're in open conflict with somebody, like if you've fired at a, because they can tell when you fired at somebody. If you shot at somebody, you shouldn't be able to go into safe mode until that conflict is resolved.
You're going to be like something like 100 meters away from the player.
Yeah.
And the player has to have died or something.
Yeah. But banning on PC doesn't seem... Well, I guess it goes through Steam, so... A permanent ban is pretty massive, you know what I mean? Because that means...
Yeah, you gotta get a new PS4 if you want to play again.
Yeah. Well, no, this is PC. But yeah, on PS4, yeah. Well, technically, you'd have... I guess... Yeah, you would have to... Because they're not just going to ban your...
You would have to make a new IP address or something.
Yeah. But even then, you wouldn't be able to play on the same username.
Yeah, true.
Which would suck because...
Actually, no. Yeah, you'd probably just have to make a new account.
But think about it this way. What if you... Well...
Well, you'd have to make a whole new Steam account.
Yeah. And if you made a whole new Steam account, all those purchases you made on your previous one aren't going to transfer over.
Right.
At least with PlayStation, you can create a new account as long as they're written up. Because, okay, say you bought the game on the PlayStation, right? Mm-hmm. Say like when you buy the games and we borrow them off yours.
Yeah.
Well, say you got banned off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I try to play that game on my PlayStation. Your username is going to be the primary account on my PlayStation for me to allow me access to that game. So will that still be banned because that primary username is banned?
I don't know. But it is just PC, so.
This is true. But so a permanent ban in PC is pretty devastating.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not...
I wonder if the IP ban. IP ban is devastating.
Only if you have a static IP.
Still.
If you have a static IP and they give you a fucking IP ban, then you're fucked. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But if you have a dynamic, you can swap it out. You know, that's the thing. What else do I got here? I got some more. I'm sorry, these nachos are distracting me now. Oh, Quantum Break. This one's pretty funny. Speaking of PC. Quantum Break's that game about the detective that can stop time.
Yeah.
Well, if this one I just got it because it just made me giggle. If you're playing a pirated version of it on PC, they can tell, and they don't stop you from playing it, but your character has an eye patch.
That's funny.
That's their way of saying like, yeah, we know, fucker. I think that's the last bit of gaming news I got. I'll post that picture up on the website too, but it's funny. So I got this Batman vs Superman. Oh, speaking of, I want to go see it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't pay for it. That's why. I enjoyed it, but I think a lot of it had to do with I went into it thinking it was going to be a steaming pile of shit. Which, don't get me wrong, it wasn't great.
It was more just a warm pile of shit.
Yes, it was. You know, it wasn't complete shit. Ben Affleck did a fucking great job though. Like, he is my number 2 Batman.
Number 2?
Yeah, he did a great fucking job. They really did try to pack way too much into it. I think that's the main problem. Like they try to get so much story into it that you lose the story. Like what the fuck is going on? Like the whole one of the things that bugs me.
Well, because how long did it take for Avengers to do it? It was what, like 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into it.
It took them like 4 years for them to get enough storytelling to lead into Avengers.
Yeah.
And now it's every 2 years.
But the base has already been laid, and even then they still wait the 2 years. They throw a couple movies in there to build up to it, and then, because the original Avengers they had, it was Iron Man, and then 2 and 3 came out first too. No, 3 came out after. So Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Thor,
Captain America,
and Captain America.
Yeah,
that's 4 fucking movies, and each one of those movies was released in a separate year.
Yep.
You know, and then Avengers.
Even the Incredible Hulk, technically.
Yeah.
Because they still go off of that.
Yeah, because he went away. He went away to India and disappeared.
Yeah, they still go off of that. What's his name?
The Edward Norton one.
Yeah. Which
was a good movie. Very underrated, I think.
Yeah. Edward Norton just demanded too much money, so we put in Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, but he did. I think Mark Ruffalo did a better job. When they first swapped him out, and I might have said it on the show, I was kind of bummed about it because I thought Edward Norton did a great job. But Mark Ruffalo, I think he's done even better. Because I think he's taken the character and made it his own.
Yeah.
So I think he did a great job. Yeah, but with DC, they're chopping these movies up, or they're forcing them. Sorry, so quickly. I still don't know what the fuck Lex Luthor, what he was trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Other
At least it
than
was Lex Luthor Jr., so hopefully they just kind of scrap him.
yeah, and like the thing is, and I thought this watching the movie, and I heard this afterwards was why did Jesse Eisenberg play the Riddler instead of Lex Luthor? He was just playing Jim Carrey's Riddler. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, I think I said that when we first saw when we saw the first
Yeah,
trailer.
when we saw the trailer, yeah.
So he looks like he looks like he's a good Riddler.
Yeah, and yeah, he has it's exactly who he played. He played Jim Carrey's Riddler. He didn't play fucking Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing too that bugged me is how the fuck like he already knows everybody's secret identity. He already knows Cyborg's secret. Not only does he know each individual person's secret identity and their power, logo. He knows their logo.
Yeah.
Like why the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He and then have you heard the reason Batman and Superman start fighting? Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler fucking.
Didn't Lex Luthor kidnap Superman's mother?
He kidnapped Superman's mom. Yes. And the reason that Batman and Superman stopped fighting is the stupidest fucking reason ever.
It's because they're both named Martha.
Yeah. Their moms have the same fucking name.
I've heard people argue that it's not because they have the same mother's name. It's because Batman realizes that Superman has grown up here too, because he has a mom. But they don't make it like that. If that were the case, they would have used a different name.
Yeah, her name is Martha Kent. She's always been Martha Kent. But the thing about it is that's not how it's relayed in the movie. Literally, Batman's beating the shit out of Superman. He's stabbing him with the fucking.
Why do you know that name?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, your mom's Martha? My mom's Martha. So that means
we just become best friends?
Exactly. That means me and fucking Batman and Superman can be besties as well. But and then fucking Doomsday comes and fucking kills Superman, and Batman feels all guilty about it, and which he should because he fucking weakened Superman to the point where Doomsday was just like, okay,
yeah,
you know.
How about Wonder Woman? What do you think about her?
She was great.
Mm-hmm.
She looked really good. She played the character well. They gave you enough of her story to make you want to hear more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking what's his nuts look good. The Dothraki, what's his name? Khal Drogo.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, thank you, Jason Momoa. He looked awesome as fucking as.
I've heard mixed reviews.
I liked him. I thought he looked good.
Yeah, people said he looked uncomfortable in the water though.
Yeah, nah, you know what? I think it's because they were trying to do too much.
He doesn't look like Aquaman. He just kind of people have said he just looks like Khal Drogo in the middle of the ocean.
Well, I mean, because to be fair, everyone I've only seen 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I call fucking Khal Drogo now.
Yeah.
You know, before that, he was Conan to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. It's just that's what he's recognizable from. Okay, like just to give you an example, Simon Pegg is in. He's in the new Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he plays that the one that gives the 1/4 portion.
Yeah.
That guy. He wanted to be in the movie from the beginning, and they were going to put him in the movie, but then he thought about it like, well, I've already been doing Star Wars or Star Trek, so if you put me in this movie, it's gonna take people out of the universe. It's gonna be like, oh, why the fuck is this guy here all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not really. And
was he gonna be Scotty the whole time or what?
No, he wasn't gonna be Scotty, but people are gonna see like, okay, people that watch the Star Trek movie or people that know him, kind of like okay, there was one point in the movie that like I enjoy the actor and I think he's a great actor, but it took me out of it knowing that I know him from somewhere else. It's a dude from Heroes.
Same thing with Jesse Eisenberg. All I see is like a Mark Zuckerberg.
Good point. But I mean, Khal Drogo, I think that's the thing is that character was such a deep mark on so many people. I mean, Game of Thrones has so many fans
Mhm.
that I think that's why they say, "Oh, it's just Khal Drogo in the ocean." I think he looked good as Aquaman, and I like the fact that they didn't take the same approach. Everybody's very grumpy in this movie. Everybody's grumpy,
Mhm.
and it's just like I don't know, like just cheer up, smile a little bit, like you know. One of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's Ben Affleck. It's in that whole the mansion party scene,
Mhm.
and Ben Affleck's like he's he's sneaking down to steal some files from Lex Luthor, and he's in an area where he shouldn't be. And he's coming back. I forget. I think she's his assistant or something like that. Lex Luthor's assistant. You know, Mr. Wayne, you're not supposed to be in this area. What are you doing? And all of a sudden, you just see him. He kind of just like, oh, like he just go. All of a sudden, he's drunk. Oh, I was looking for the bathroom. I got turning around. You know, it starts playing drunk, and it's funny the way he does it. It's like the one lighthearted. To me, it was the one lighthearted moment. That and I was like, oh, I thought she was with you. That was the other one. But the way Ben Affleck, he kind of throws this little as she's walking away, I like your shoes. It was kind of like it just added that little bit of like, okay, yeah, he's really playing drunk, you know. It was that lighthearted moment. Overall, I don't regret watching it. It was long.
You didn't think him playing as Batman, he was kind of like a moron? A lot of people said he seemed like a moron the way he was being played.
No, I mean, because the thing is a lot of it has to do with his backstory, and a lot of it, he was playing old Batman, like, and the thing is they don't tell it very well. But at this point in the movie, Batman's supposed to be out of commission. He's been out of commission for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And so this is him coming back. You know what I mean? So he's still rusty. He's not Batman in his prime. That's the thing. You know what I mean? And that's why they make reference. They make a lot of references to Dark Knight Returns. And that with the dead Robin and a lot of like the suit and everything. They make a lot of references to that. So if you don't know those references previous, I think that's what they're depending a lot on. Is these people our fans are going to know this already. And so instead of what they should have done is instead of showing the whole death of Bruce Wayne's parents again, which everyone knows.
Yeah.
Backwards and forwards now.
They should have showed like the death of Robin.
They should have showed the death of Robin. They should have showed Batman in retirement. You know what I mean? That could have been a montage, opening credits, and that would have got us where we are in the movie.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, exactly. That would have. Yeah, and I think that would have got a lot of people off the back of like, well, why is he like that? Why is he violent? Why is he this now?
Why is he so cynical?
Yeah. Like one of the
This is why he's fucking cynical. He just watched his fucking pupil fucking get murdered in front of him.
Exactly. One of the things that bugged me that I haven't seen in any of the comics is because Batman does give up his no killing rule for a while. But the thing about it is if he kills somebody, he kills him. He's not going to send somebody off to die. Whereas what he starts doing in this movie is after he knocks people out, he brands them with the Batman fucking brand. And like this is even after he heard rumors of anybody that goes to jail with that brand is automatically killed. You know what I mean? So if you go to jail with the Batman brand on you, you're gonna die.
How is that?
Because prisoners they see that brand on you, so then they kill you.
That doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Why would someone kill you just because you have a Batman brand on? Because you were attacked by Batman.
Because it's just meaning like Batman came after you for a reason, so we're gonna take you out. You know what I mean?
So all the prisoners are good guys?
No, it's not that. But it's like they don't know. Okay, were you an informant for Batman? You had some kind of dealings with Batman. We don't know what your dealing with Batman was, but you had dealing with Batman. That brand being proof of it. So, you know.
I'm sorry, but that's dumb.
Yeah, it is kind of dumb. And well, that's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. I'm trying to play devil's advocate on that part of it. The thing about that I thought was dumb was okay that not only after he hears that he's still branding.
Why would Batman brand his own fucking accomplices?
Well, why would he? Yeah. Why would he fucking? Some of the things like why would he? There's a bomb about to explode. He has to break into the city. Why would he spend the time to make the bat symbol in gasoline for fucking? For why? Why in the video games is when he sprays the fucking the explosive putty he sprays in the form of the fucking bat symbol because he's vain. Goddammit, he wants that bat symbol and fucking everything.
Okay, no, that's fine. If Batman wants to brand people, I'm totally for it. But the whole thing is, Why does everyone die with a Batman brand when they go into prison? That doesn't make sense why the prisoners would all of a sudden be like, I'm going to be a good guy and I'm going to kill the bad guy for Batman because Batman branded him and he went into jail.
I think it's all because they're all assholes.
It's not like they're all it's not like it's not like a pedophile rule in prison where like anybody who's a pedophile you fucking kill.
That's kind of what they play it as though. That's what they make it seem like.
It doesn't make sense why they would care about someone who got caught by Batman. Because most likely they got caught by Batman too.
This is true. I didn't get branded. How come you were special? Shank. That's my theory. They're all just jealous of the brand. And then this is rumors because of the whole Batman thing. Oh, back to why I brought up Batman vs Superman, other than the fact that I actually saw it. So Batman vs Superman break a new record, but it's not a good one.
What is it?
The steepest drop off from weekend to weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Their first Friday opening, they earned 15.3 million. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. This weekend they made 15.3 million. Opening weekend, 81.5 million.
Yeah, so they lost like 60 million.
That's a huge fucking drop off.
Yeah.
That's like everybody went to see it the first weekend. No one wants to see it the second weekend. Like no one except for me.
Except for you. Yeah.
And I didn't pay $15 million for that ticket. And then, this is the thing too, because I got this rumor. So everyone's been saying, because Suicide Squad started doing reshoots.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a mess now. I had high hopes for it. I thought it was gonna be a good movie. I think now it's just gonna be because they said they're gonna try and make it more lighthearted and quippy.
That's what the rumors were.
Mm-hmm.
The rumors were that they're reshooting Ted because Deadpool did so well and Batman did so bad. Mm-hmm. So they were like, oh well, let's go reshoot it and make it a little bit more lighthearted. Well, Jai Courtney, one of the actors, though he's playing Captain Boomerang, he's come out and said, no, we're actually adding more action to it. So it's a few action scenes that they're extending and things that they're changing around in the action portion of it. Mm-hmm. They're saying it's not to be more lighthearted, which I think could be a good thing, depending on where it's added. Hopefully, yeah. That's the one thing is hopefully.
I mean, that doesn't make too much sense if you're making changes because Deadpool did so well and Batman didn't do so well. Why would you need to make changes?
Well, see,
because Batman's action scenes aren't a problem.
No, Batman's action scenes are actually pretty well.
And Deadpool is good because it's fucking funny. He has his little fucking quips, mm-hmm. and the action scenes are good.
The one thing I gotta say about the
so I think that's bullshit. I think he's just trying to
they're trying to
cover shit up.
The one thing I really liked about Batman was the way they made Batman fight. Mm-hmm. He fought like you see, like to me it felt like a comic book. It was mm-hmm. like okay, best example I can give you. Age of Ultron. In the beginning opening fight scene, mm-hmm. when the Avengers are fighting through the woods, mm-hmm. and they do that one kind of it's like you see Hulk in the background and it's like Black Widow, and like they're all kind of lined up, all in the middle of like a mm-hmm. attack. Whereas that's like the closest thing I could see cinematically mm-hmm. to a comic book splash page. Like, that double page where it's mm-hmm. The way they filmed Batman's fight scenes, they felt very panel-like, very like you'd see him do a couple moves and then it would like the camera would jump and it made it feel like you were watching him fight in a comic. It looked mm-hmm. like they did a really great job with Batman fighting. Mm-hmm. It was really, really well done. The Batman vs Superman fight, not so much, but Batman fighting on his own was really good. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Wonder Woman moved forward. 2 DC Untitled films get dates. So they're doing 2 other movies they have dates from. They haven't told us what they are.
For DC?
Yeah. The studio is giving dates to 2 currently untitled DC movies, one of which opens October 5th, 2018, and the other November 1st, in 2019. But they haven't said what they are. Like, we've got 2 movies that are coming out these days. That's it. And then Wonder Woman's getting pushed up to June 2nd, 2017. Mm-hmm. And then the last bit of comic book movie news is Kevin Feige reiterates that MCU characters can appear in solo Spider-Man films. So I guess, well, Sony,
Wait, who can?
Marvel characters, Marvel.
Okay, so just like Spider-Man can be in the Marvel films,
Yeah.
and
So
the Marvel
now,
character can be in Spider-Man.
yeah. So like you might see Iron Man in the next Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
And
Just no X-Men in the Marvel movies.
Yeah. Which and the thing is cool because like the next movie's been
At least
rumored.
there's that, I guess.
Yeah. The next movie's rumored to be Spider-Man Homecoming. Homecoming, I'm sorry. Homecoming. That just sounds dirty.
Mhm.
And Iron Man and Captain America, if it's Homecoming based on the comic book series Homecoming, Iron Man and Captain America both play heavy roles in that story. So we might at least see cameos from them in the movie, which is cool. I think the more comic book heroes you can throw in a movie, the better. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things I've been disappointed about when it comes to Civil War.
Yeah.
Is like after reading the Civil War, like you see it's fucking like hundreds of not hundreds, but like dozens of fucking heroes.
Well, that costs a lot of money.
Yeah. But they could have CGI'd it at least. I mean, throw them in the background where.
How many people get fucking pissed off when you CGI shit?
Yeah, but no, I mean, if it's done
you don't
right,
understand.
I do understand, but the thing is, it looks like it's like these 6 guys fighting. That's a Civil War. Or not a Civil War. There's like 12 guys here. This isn't a Civil War.
Sure, but like 6 guys that have the fucking power to fucking.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's still something that kind of irks me about it. Just because I think it's very underwhelming when you see the splash page of all these heroes running at each other, and then you see the fucking trailer and it's just 12 guys running at each other in the airport, like, But I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, because again, I don't think that footage was complete, especially the way Spider-Man's suit looked. I don't think that footage was complete. So we'll see. Maybe they will be adding more people to that fight scene.
Maybe.
But we'll see. I think on that note, do you have anything?
What about the Rogue One trailer?
Oh fuck, we didn't even talk about that. That looked fucking awesome. I think
it looks really good.
Yeah, that.
The only thing is, I wish I don't know. I just don't think I don't see because this movie's supposed to be before New Hope.
Yes.
Where they get that. This is how they get the Death Star plans
Yes.
and whatever, and we know they're gonna succeed.
Yes, and we know they're all gonna die.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But kind of. I wish it were more connected to the new movies coming out.
Yeah.
Than it was just like say the Han Solo movie that's gonna come out in 3 years. Why?
Because we know.
Well, what do we need to know about Han Solo right now?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Where does it take us?
To his death eventually.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't know, but see, I think this one.
And like I like the exploring other aspects of like the universe and Star Wars. But like at least have it sort of like covalent on each other. Like,
yeah. But see, I think they'll eventually get to that. I think what the problem is right now is
what is it?
Star Wars Force Awakens did so well, and because it was so nostalgic, they're kind of riding that nostalgia wave right now. Everyone wants to know about, because I mean that's the thing, because everyone wants to know about, Han Solo. Everyone wants to know about Luke. Why the fuck, everyone wants to know these stories.
You have to make a movie about fucking Luke being like actually studying and being a fucking Jedi.
And I'm sure they're eventually gonna get there, but see, I think that's got to be part of 8 because one of the things like
all right, yeah, put that in between 8 and 9. That's fine. Why we don't need a Han Solo movie?
Yeah, I don't think I don't.
And then even this Rogue One, like I was saying, like they can keep it like this. They could kind of have like the same idea, but like make it like Poe Dameron's squad.
I would, yeah. You know what? I would like to see how the First Order came to power, because like the aftermath of what happened after the Empire fell, how the First Order came to power, and how the Republic fell, and like obviously we see the Republic.
I thought I heard the Republic turned into the First Order, and then Leia had to rebel again, and that's what the Resistance is now.
But then how come there's still the Senate and everything, and the planets they explode? Then why is the Senate still there if the First Order become the Republic? You know what I mean? Because to me, it really seems like the remnants of the Empire became the First Order. But then how did they become so powerful so fast? Obviously, it's not fast, but like for them to be as powerful as they are and have the fucking Starkiller base.
20 years.
Yeah, but there had to be something there. So that I could see, like if they did the Rogue One story in that era, I could see that. But I do. I am interested in seeing how they're gonna do this story with the Rogue One the way they have it. Especially that where they show the one character that she's a rebel, and then the next time that you see her, she's in Empire clothes.
It looks like it's more. It's not like she's switching sides. I'm pretty sure it's like
If either she's a
spy.
spy,
She's being a spy.
Either
That's
that,
how she's getting plans.
either that, or she's an Empire spy.
Yeah, maybe.
Because like that's it kind of was reminiscent of me to the Force Awakens. Not the Force Awakens.
The only
Force Unleashed.
Yeah. The only way I would like as far as the continuity of the movie, I would like is like if that turns out to be Rey's mom somehow.
Yeah.
But like it's way too far for her to be even related to unless she survives somehow. Unless she actually survives, like you said, she's actually a spy for the Empire.
And that's why they dropped her off on the planet to keep her safe from the rebels and keep her safe from.
Mm-hmm.
That could make sense. The other thing too is what I would like to see instead of Rogue One is a Starkiller movie from like the Force Awakens. That character. I mean, because
well, even then, that stuff isn't really relevant either.
It isn't.
That's what is that? That's also between episode 3 and 4. Luke doesn't exist at that point.
You're right. No. Yeah, you're right. It's 3 and 4. You're right. 3 and 4. Yeah. I don't know.
Like it would just have to be new, like just have new stuff, like.
Yeah. Yeah, they should go do something between 6 and 7. That would.
Well, like, why would I need to know how they got the plans of the Death Star?
We already know what happens with them.
Yeah.
We know what happens with the plans. We know what happens after them.
Yeah, it just seems very redundant. I think from what I see, it looks like it's gonna be a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be enjoyable. But just as far as the big picture, I don't see what's the point of it.
Like I said, the only thing I can think of is the fact that they want to just ride that nostalgia wave right now.
I don't think they should, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mm.
We'll see. I mean, I know they got plans to, like I said, they got plans to release Star Wars movies now until people stop going to see Star Wars.
Yeah, the end of time.
So, I mean, they got time to do all that other shit. But then again, they also have time to do this. You know, I mean, they could. You're right. Well, I mean, we'll see. I think on that note, anything else?
No.
No. All right.
Follow at Real Press Start
on Tweeters, and go check out therealpressstart.com. Click that Ripped Apparel link, buy some T-shirts. Check out American Heyday, and check out our newest sponsor, Level Up Vapor. LevelUpVapor.com. Use the coupon code TRPS, and you get 20% off your order. Let them know that we sent you. On that note, game over. No more questions.